Welcome to the Stagecode podcast with Paris and Beck.
This podcast is all about bodybuilding, raw and unfiltered, from off-season to stage day and everything in between.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Stagecode podcast, and welcome back, Paris, to the podcast.
I'm here, guys.
Thank God you're back, because I felt like that was the most awkward episode last time. Jamie listened to it and I was like, how did it sound?
I feel like if you didn't mention me like in the episode, people would have been like, ooh, where's
What
Paris?
happened?
Is there tea? Is there drama?
I know, imagine.
There's no tea, guys. I just had a really busy work week last week. I had an event on for work, like a fundraising event. So
which you look absolutely stunning for, can we just say?
Thank you. It's because I wore an outfit that showed my stomach. So I was like, gotta show the abs while I've got them.
It was very, you looked just insane.
You.
Did you have hair extensions in?
So I put them in just because I wanted to see how long the curls would hold.
I was supposed to ask you that.
Because I'm thinking about doing that, like curls for the show. So I just wanted to kind of give it a go and see how they felt. And they were fine. So
and
that was
did well. Yeah. Obviously, I think I mentioned in the last episode, I was like, I don't really know what her high would be. So I'm like, I'm going to say that she had hair extensions.
Yeah. Because they're like the perfect match. So which is great. But yeah, sorry about that. I'm back. I'm better than ever. Whew.
Thank God. Sorry, I'm just doing my hair while I'm,
All right, well, I can do my high and low then.
I
actually wrote it down because, guys, I feel like, for
the
brain, I'm forgetting
the brain capacity is getting...
So I'm just going to be referring to my phone. My low is that I am freezing. Yeah. Like, I cannot get warm.
This for reference right now. Like, she's in, like, what, long sleeve? How many layers?
I've got a long sleeve, a jumper, and then I got long pants, socks on. And I had a puffer jacket in the car that I was wearing this morning. Yeah. But, like, at night, I'm wearing trackies, socks, long sleeve, and my hoodie, and then I still have a blanket on. I literally...
When you're sleeping?
No, not when I'm sleeping, but like when I'm watching TV.
Yes.
But last night, I did sleep in tracksuit. I kept my tracksuit pants on, which usually I'm a t-shirt sleeper, and that's it.
Yeah.
But too cold. And I've got 2 blankets on.
Oh, I wondered how, because this is the first winter that I haven't been in prep, I wondered how much different it would be. And like, I'm literally, for those of you who are not watching, my hair is ridiculous, but sitting here in a singlet right now because I knew that I'd get hot. Yeah, I'm in tracky
but
bums,
like, even other people that aren't in prep are saying that it's particularly cold at the moment.
Yeah, it is definitely a lot
colder.
So like,
then think about the fact that I'm in prep. Oh yeah, and I've never prepped past May, so I'm like getting June, July, actual winter. So I'm like freezing.
So cold.
And then my high would be that I booked a holiday. I booked Fiji. So
exciting. You've never been to Fiji before?
No, I've never been to Fiji.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going for 5 nights. I got a really good deal. I think it was like an end of financial year sale sort of deal or something. So really good deal for me and Matt. So we go at the end of October.
That's so exciting.
I'm just so excited to just like swim and just relax.
So what's the weather like at that time?
So it's a good time to go apparently. Yeah, so stunning. Fingers crossed. Because
so exciting.
Obviously Ireland, like it can be so unpredictable. So 1 minute it can be raining. But I've heard people say like don't get disheartened if it says it's raining the whole time because it'll rain for like 20 minutes and the next minute it's like beautiful and sunny.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to just like have cocktails, lay by the pool. Because like my last holiday, Japan obviously was so fun, but it was a lot of go. It
wasn't relaxing. Yeah.
So I'm just excited. It's short, 5 nights, but still just relax. Eat a lot of food, swim, tan. Yeah. So I'm
just relax.
So
Maxo relaxo.
Yeah. So now massages. I have that to count down to like look forward to. It's really exciting. So I always feel like the key to happiness is having a holiday book.
100%. 100%.
So I'll get back from Fiji and I'll be like, okay, where am I going next?
Yeah. Book the next one. Yeah. We were talking about going to Queensland towards the end of the year because I'm like, we need something to look forward to. Like you do. Yeah. Always.
It just helps get you through.
Oh, that's so exciting. And it will help you get through prep as well.
Yeah. Even though it's like a little bit after, it's still exciting.
Yeah. Still
exciting. Anyway, how about you?
My low, I'm gonna say my low kind of ties into my high, which sounds a bit weird, but I'm just kind of feeling a little bit like blah.
You said that the other week.
Just like I'm like I don't love my body now.
You need a holiday book.
I need a holiday. Absolutely. Like I think more so like very much like body image, which is very ironic considering the last episode that I recorded. But it's just like I think a lot of it is because I did have my birthday, which then ties into the high. And obviously you eat a lot out. I'm having a lot more like sweets and processed foods, and you're going out for dinners and lunches and all the things. And I think my body just like because I know that, I'm just like, I just don't love how I'm looking.
Yeah. And
But
your
also at
body's
the
just
same
not
time,
used to that
it's
as
just
well.
not used
'Cause,
to it.
like,
Like I
you
don't
eat
have
so
that all the time.
clean all the
Yeah.
time.
But yeah, well, most of the time.
Most of the
We
time,
definitely
sorry.
have our
Most
like,
of the time.
But yeah, so I think I'm
Balance.
just kind of feeling a little bit like blah. And like, most of the time, this time of the year, I'm like lean as
And
because
you've
I'm
got
like
clients that are like, as well, you're seeing
lean,
just get
lean
leaner and
prep.
leaner. So
Yeah.
then you're probably thinking, should I do a
Should
cut?
I?
But then it's like,
Yeah.
it's winter. So it's like,
And it's
yeah.
just this, like, once you're in, especially if I'm not like, okay, I'm going to compete at, in season A and it's a countdown to when I'm going to start prep, it's kind of like you're in this like bit of a limbo between like, should I cut? Like, should I have a bit of like a tidy up phase? And then I go, there is no real need to do that.
Yeah.
I just need to let my body, and like I tell all my clients, let my body readjust and I'll get back on my shit and I'll, like I literally just meal prepped yesterday for the week and it was Wednesday. Like that's ridiculous. But it's just because we'd had, leftover meals because we've gone out and all this kind of stuff. And I just feel a little bit like out of my norm.
Yeah.
And that
just a
kind
little
of
bit out
sends
of
me a little
routine.
bit. Yeah. But all for good reason because it was my birthday, which is my high. So actually on the day that I recorded the last episode, I recorded on my birthday because I had like an hour in between like seeing my mum and then going to watch Jamie play soccer. So I was like, I'll just quickly record the podcast. And then so I turned 31. That's disgusting.
She's in the 30s.
She's like, no, I'm actually in my 30s now. It's disgusting. But not that I feel it in any way. But yeah,
you don't look it either.
Oh, thanks. But so I had a lot of celebrations and I saw my mum.
So is this your high now that you had your birthday?
This will be my
right,
high.
okay. Yeah.
So I actually got to celebrate my birthday. I ate a lot of cake and a lot of food and deliciousness, and that was really cool. Because, like, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I haven't celebrated my birthday in 3 or 4 years because I've been in prep. So yeah, that was nice. I said to Jamie, I was like, I want, when like you get a cake and you just get over it because it's so much. Like if you can't palm it off to a lot of family and stuff like that, like you just kind of get over it. And I said to Jamie, I hate that, but I want like variety of my cakes. So he got me like 4 like orders.
Oh yeah.
From the cheesecake shop. It was the best
so
thing
good.
ever.
I got Matt
so
one of those the other week.
Yeah.
And I just watched him
good.
eat it.
Yeah.
Because it's near our house. And I was like,
yeah, like so good. Despite what my lovely friend Jazz would say, she listens to the podcast too. So no, she'd be like rolling her eyes at the cheesecake shop. She's like,
she hates
so
cheesecake?
anti-cheesecake shop. She's like, there's better cakes out there. And I'm like,
yeah, see, but I'm not really a cake person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like a chocolate cake person. Like, I would much rather a cheesecake.
And that's what we got cheesecake. There was like 2 cheesecakes and then a carrot cake because I really wanted, I have been craving carrot cake for some reason, the most random thing ever. And then once I have it, I'm like, yes, I'm good. And then I think the other one was like a marble mud or something like that. But it was good that wasn't just like the one and then you just kind of get over it.
Yeah.
And then, so there was a lot of sweets there, a lot of just, feeling like that's, and I don't know if like other people like this, but when you eat that kind of stuff, you don't really want to eat any other food because it's so rich and like sits in your stomach a lot. And again, I'm not used to that kind of food. So it's like a lot. So and that's why I kind of feel a little bit like flat. But anyway. So that's a pretty decent low to have.
Yeah.
/ high.
Pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Saying that to the gal that's 6 weeks out in fucking prep. But which takes us let's go into a bit of a prep update because we didn't get to do that last week.
Yes. So I am 5 weeks out from my state show, which is like
crazy, man.
I say this every week, but crazy. But it actually is genuinely crazy. Like
think back
I just
to
had
when
my
we first started the podcast.
Yeah, and I was
like,
like 20 something weeks out.
I think we started it before you went into prep.
Yeah, I think it must have been literally the week before, I think, potentially. Like I just have my nails done and like my next nail appointment will be my comp nails.
Oh, that's great.
So like I said bye to my nail lady. I was like, see you the week of my show. Like which is really cool. But I actually wrote down because I was like, again, I'm forgetting. So the change we have had a step increase, just slightly from 10K to 12K a day. So like nothing too hectic. And then I got a new program, which I wasn't expecting, but Beck just threw it out there.
So I've got on the new app, I can program like phases. So it's like 8 weeks. And I was like, I remember talking to you when we did our mic'd up session. I was like, I don't think you realize how many weeks you've actually done this session. And then, it was like 8 weeks. Because normally around that 8 week time, we're like, okay, let's kind of get one. And I said, and that's why I said to you in your check-in, I'm like, I don't think you're expecting this.
Yeah, because you like new program. I was like,
by the way.
But like, it's good because it's good to change things up when you
Yeah.
start like grinding and, doing things repeatedly.
And you don't want to do it too close to show where you're just
Mm.
holding a lot of inflammation and stuff.
Yeah.
So around this kind of period of time is like it's in the
Yeah.
safe zone.
Probably the biggest changes I've noticed like in myself is like my energy levels have definitely dropped quite a bit, which is good because I was doing quite well sort of up until this point energy wise. But I've just noticed like around like 4 o'clock, which is not ideal because that's like when I train. But it's quite too early for me to train in the morning, like before work. Like it would just
especially
be a
being
lot.
winter now.
Yeah. So and I just don't want to eat that early as well.
No.
So
because we don't ever eat, we don't ever train on an empty stomach.
And I don't want to eat at like 4 o'clock and then like 4 o'clock in the morning
And
and then I get to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, great, I've eaten all my food for the day. So it just works better for me, and I manage and I try to get a good sleep the night before. And then my hunger has definitely increased, but still good. Like I'm not craving sweets, which my last prep, that's all I wanted. Yeah. All I wanted was donuts, cookies, brownies. This time, I'm definitely still craving, but I'm craving like I want to go for grilled sushi. I want a bowl of pasta. I want a pizza, like, or just something different. Like just like even like a steak, which I'm not a huge steak eater, but even like just steak and veggies and mashed potato would be like sick.
Maybe we can do that when we do you a carb up. Sorry, like a refeed.
Yeah, like a high day or something.
Yeah. That might be nice.
Don't get me excited.
A little bit, I know, right?
Don't get me excited and let me down.
I promise it will come. But maybe we can do a steak. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So I had a really good drop. I've had really good drops probably the last like 3-4 weeks, I would say.
Really good.
Around like 700, 800 grams, which is really good. So I'm currently sitting at, last week I was sitting at 64.2. So hopefully I'll have another good drop this week. I feel like I will because again, like this week I've noticed energy levels are down, like hunger's up. So it's like more so when you have those days of struggle is when you're going to have a good weight drop.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping tomorrow, because today's a rest day. But then again, I did have a new program. So, and like
we
increased
expect
steps.
There to be,
so
some kind
I don't want to get my hopes up too much and then get disheartened.
Yes.
But hopefully just a bit of a drop would be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've started, really booking everything and my bikini's coming together. I'm starting to bling my bikini, which is fun.
So exciting.
Bit hard when I'm down on energy levels, but it's good between meals, like something to distract me between my meals.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what about you were supposed to have your period?
Oh yeah, so I was due like about 10 or 11 days ago.
Yeah.
And it just didn't come.
Yeah.
I still had some symptoms, like I had some cramping and stuff like that. So I thought, oh, maybe, but it didn't come. But that happened in my last prep, and I did get it back very quickly.
Yeah,
I think I got it back maybe 1 or 2 months after my show.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It's also very rare that you don't get symptoms still. Like even if you don't actually have a bleed, it's very rare that you don't experience some kind of bloating, cramping, like bit of water retention, that icky feeling.
Obviously, it's like not ideal to not be having a period, but at the same time, I kind of see it as a blessing because I don't have to worry about having it on show day.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be bleeding on their show day.
Absolutely not.
Like that would be my worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's horrible. I know. Imagine the tiny little bikini, and you're like,
I'm like, oh, hello, and like my bikini's not dark colored. Just letting you know. So,
but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's understandable and wow, what? Get it out. Expected. And yes, we know that it's a sign of, you're not the most healthiest, but we also know that this sport is not the healthiest either. But it's also like, I always have this is completely off topic, but when you think about like, it's an extreme sport, yes, but also like other sports are extreme. Like there's no like running and marathon running and stuff.
A lot of people like that don't have their
everything. And there's
like when you're doing it to an extreme level, which bodybuilding is extreme.
Yeah,
some things do are sacrifice, but then that just goes back to making sure you're putting on weight post show to then get it back. Like I said, I got it back very quickly. I think I only missed like 1 after show and then I got it back.
Yeah.
It was not ideal when I got it back because I was at the gym and I was hip thrusting to the mirror and I went, oh. And I ran into the bathroom and I was like, Matt, can you please get one of the girls at reception to bring me my jacket?
I remember you sending me a video and you were like, she's like, I got my period. And I'm like, yay. She's like, no.
No, like I was at the gym and I think I was wearing like baby pink shorts or something.
Yeah. You were like, oh my, I'm pretty sure you cried.
So I did. There was like a
yeah.
whole moment I cried, and then I went home and got changed, and I slipped over in the driveway.
Yes.
And then
I got the
lucky
video.
I wasn't in prep because
imagine.
done.
Game over.
At least I could go home that night and eat as much chocolate as I wanted to. But yeah, that's it from me. So next week will be like a month out, which is like, oh my God. But anyway,
so exciting.
It's happening quickly, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, but not nice at the same time. But anyway, we'll go into our episode today. So we're going to talk a little bit sort of different to the bodybuilding space, but
definitely
somehow we'll tie it back because we
always
like to tie it back. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. Is definitely something that I've experienced. I'm not too sure about Beck. She's out of the 20s now.
I'm old.
So she can speak from experience. Yeah. I'm in the very middle, so I'm 24.
You're in the midst of it.
So I'm going through it at the moment, but we're going to talk a little bit about just like feeling lost in your 20s, comparing yourself to, other people and everything like that, which like I said, I've definitely experienced. And I've still got a way to go because I'm in the mid-20s.
Yeah.
I'm in the mid-20s.
Oh,
well, technically, I'm 24.
Oh, yeah, I guess
it's like 24, 25, 26, like mid-20s.
Yeah, that's okay.
Ew, I'm in the mid-20s. I'm old.
Wait, I'm early 30s. I'm old.
But yeah, I think a big thing, especially now, that I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about this, is like back in the day, like when my parents or our parents were in their 20s, they just had access to the people that they were friends with. Like they didn't see on social media that, this person's buying a house or this person's having a baby or this person's going to Europe for 6 weeks or this person's engaged, this person got a promotion. Whereas that's all we see now on social media.
And not even just those big things. It's like everything is a highlight reel. Like we know that everything on Instagram and social media is a highlight reel. And it's so easy to just immediately compare.
Yeah. Like at the moment I swipe and it's like engagement, pregnancy, house, holiday, engagement, pregnancy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
like I'm dieting for
woohoo
6 months to step on a stage in sparkly bikini.
Yeah. So it is really hard to kind of step away from that when it's all you see, because especially when your friends and things are going through it. Like my sisters, they both just got engaged, and my other sister's like got a house with her partner, and then my other one's about to buy a house with her partner. So obviously you want to be happy for those people, but then it's hard not to think about yourself and go, oh well, where am I at?
Am I behind?
Am I behind in life? Do you think that you experienced that like in your 20s?
Probably honestly more in the later, because I like same thing, all of my friends, like I think most of my friends, maybe bar one, especially that I went to school with, have babies or they're engaged or they're married. And for someone that has no kids, has never been engaged or obviously isn't married.
Has never been engaged. Been engaged 3 times.
Yeah. Never made it to the altar. No. But like you do kind of think that, you're behind. But then I also have this kind of like other thing in my brain that I'm like, I know that I don't want kids. Like that's I have come to understand that. And I think again, when you're in your early 20s and stuff, you kind of just, especially like I'm from a small town and every man and their dog there, like you either escape it or you stay there and you have babies. Like that's just kind of, your roots are planted there. And I think for me, like, I think coming and moving here has definitely opened up my eyes a lot more to say there's actually more and it's okay to not want kids. Because I think that's a very interesting thing that, again, I don't think a lot of people kind of talk about. And I think that I'm quite lucky in the sense that I have like this, I've built my business and I'm very like driven in that area. So I think it's kind of good for me in particular that, yes, I might not want this, but I'm also not just, in this, like, I'm going to say for a lack of a better term, and obviously there's no offense to this in any way, but I'm not in this mundane 9 to 5 that I hate, right? This job that I hate because I have to support my family and my kids and I have to put my kids through school and, all that kind of stuff. Whereas like, if I don't make whatever money, like the only person it affects is me.
You, yeah.
Which is nice because it's a lot less pressure. But like Jamie and I obviously like, we don't have a mortgage and stuff like that yet. We are definitely looking into it. And there's always going to be pressure for money and stuff like that. But like we both have really good paying jobs. Like we both earn a decent amount of money. But also I think that you're kind of like, I don't know, sometimes I kind of felt a little bit weird because I'm like, I don't actually want this.
Because everyone around you. And when you get to that age too, people are probably like, oh, you're going to have kids.
Yeah.
Or,
and
especially
like,
now that you have a partner, like a long-term partner.
Yeah.
You probably get asked that question more now. Like, oh, are you guys going to have babies
Or
or are
it's
you going to get
always
married?
yeah, it
Or
was always the, like, "When are you guys gonna get engaged?" And, like,
yeah.
I've been in, like, James this is just really opening up to you guys. Jamie's my 3rd long-term boyfriend. So I've pretty much ever since, like, leaving high school, I've been in, like, long-term relationships. It was, like, 7 years and then, like, 4 and a bit years, and then Jamie and I have been together for, like, 2 and a bit years. So I've pretty much only really ever been in, like, long-term relationships, and I think probably like, I was probably a little bit too young to really understand and realize, but I knew that I didn't wanna get engaged when I was, like, really young.
Mm.
And just because I knew that, like, I didn't wanna be stuck in that spot. And I think deep down I knew that I didn't wanna have kids and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, I kinda just always wanted to get out of practice. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted to go to the beach. That was always my goal. And so I think yeah, I think it's definitely a little bit different because I knew that I didn't want that. Whereas for people like you, you're like it's something that you probably want, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
do.
something that you
Yeah.
want, so you know that you want that. So it's on your timeline.
Yeah,
Whereas I don't really
exactly.
have a timeline.
Yeah.
Like, my timeline is buying a house and enjoying my
Yeah,
life.
which you can do at any age.
Doesn't matter how
Yeah.
old I am.
Whereas for me, it's like I want to have babies. Obviously, I'm only 24. Like I'm still so young. Like I look at my parents. Like my mum had her first kid at 34,
Yeah.
and back in that day, like
That's
everyone was having
older.
kids at like
20,
24.
yeah.
So there's always a time for it. Like
Especially for
even if you are
women.
older, like my mum had me at 39, and my dad was
Yeah.
40. So
Yeah.
it's like there is no real timeline.
No.
Obviously, for women, it's a little bit different. Like
In society, though, it's way more of a timeline than what it actually is
yes,
biologically. And every
yes.
woman is different as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, so like heaps of like people that I went to school with now have like 2 kids and I'm like, that's so crazy. But
Yeah.
everyone's on their own journey and I think it's just really important to like go back and look at the whole, part of your life, not just looking at it in short little chapters.
Yeah.
Like if you go back and, you might be comparing yourself to someone that's been with their partner since they were 16
Yeah.
and then they had a kid at 20 and then they got married at 21. Like, whereas me, I met Matt at 20
Yeah.
and Matt was 24.
Yeah.
So it's like, or even my sister now that just got engaged, like she's 27 and she like met her long-term partner at 26 or like just 26 or 25.
Yeah, wow.
Whereas then she thought when she was like 16, she's like, I'm going to be married at 22 and I'm going to
Yeah.
have 2 babies at 24. And she's 27 and she doesn't have a house or babies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you never know where life's going to take you. And it's going to take you on so many different paths. And I really truly believe that you go on a certain path for a reason.
Like, not even a question in my
Yeah.
brain.
Like looking back
Absolutely.
at myself, like I always think if I didn't go through what I went through, I would never have met Matt. Or even like my sisters would never have met their partners
Yeah.
who they're both engaged to now. And I'm, hopefully expecting to
Totally.
go for
I
Matt.
don't know.
So it's like if my dad didn't pass away, then I would probably still be stuck in my hometown
Because you
where
wouldn't have a
everyone
reason to leave.
where
Yeah.
everyone, marries their high school partner and has babies and buys a house at 22.
Yeah.
So it's like I probably would still be stuck in my hometown single and working at a cafe and having no idea what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So it's like
Whereas when you come out of it, you have so much more such a broader mindset to go,
yeah.
okay, sometimes it can be a little bit, jarring where you're like, there's so much to choose from, what can
Mm.
I do? And you kind of
I'm a little bit still in that now.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
little bit still in that um what do I want to do? Like this kind of going a bit off loop, but I will get like real. I dropped out of university.
Yeah.
So when I finished high school, like I got straight into university when I was in high school.
Which is the thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, at the time, did you think, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't do"
No, because in high school I was told you either get an apprenticeship or you go to university.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm a girl. I don't want to be
Yeah.
a builder.
Yeah, I'm not
Like
gonna be
as much as my dad
Ricky.
would have loved that because he was a builder.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a builder and I don't want to work in real estate, which is like all that anyone in my
Yes.
hometown seems to do.
Yep.
No offense. But that's just not what I wanted to do. So I was like, cool, I'll go to uni. And my sister was at university. My other sister wasn't at uni. Got into uni for international studies of all things, which
Random.
everyone's like, what is that? But
Yeah.
it was like foreign affairs
Yeah.
and like aid work and things like that, which I was interested in at the time. And then I started in uni in 2020 and then COVID happened.
COVID, yeah.
And then I lost my nan in that year as well, quite suddenly. And then, like, I was just like, I don't want to study during COVID. Like, I was trying to learn a language online because
Absolutely
international
not.
studies. I was trying to learn Italian. No, thank you. Um, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll go back next year. And then I went back next year, so 2021, and I did really well. I made it through a whole year of university. And then my dad got sick and passed away, obviously.
Yeah.
So when he got sick, it was right around like the last weeks of university when it's like you're submitting your assignments and you've got
Oh,
exams.
exam.
But like my dad got sick and passed away in a really short period of time that I just did not even
Oh,
university who like
yeah, not
it
even
was
a thought
so
of it.
like a worry about that later. Like
Yeah,
it does not matter right now. Like
yeah,
worry about that
which is
later.
so valid.
But then like it's a very long story. Like I approached the uni, in the new year and was like, this is what happened. My dad passed away, rah, rah, rah. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry, but we can't really do anything unless you've been diagnosed with a mental illness.
Like, how messed up is that?
That was literally what I was told.
That's so messed
Yeah.
up.
They were like, "Oh, we're so sorry, but we can't give you grounds for, like doing a makeup exam
Yeah.
or doing summer school unless you've got like depression, anxiety,
Like, my fucking dad
PTSD."
passed away. What do you
Yeah,
reckon
so
I've
death
got?
is not apparently a good enough reason. So I then again took a step back from uni. I was like, because I knew I was going to be moving and I just needed to like, help my mum and focus on grieving and everything like that. And then that's when I got into the gym space and I moved down here and I started working in the gym and I met Matt. And then I was like, okay, I want to go and do exercise like physiology because I was really into the gym and I was really into fitness and everything like that. And then I was going through it and I just was feeling such like just this weight of just heaviness and just stress and it just wasn't beneficial for my mental health.
Did you do your AIPT?
Yeah, so during that time that I had off
Yeah, I
from
remember
uni,
that.
yeah, so I've got my Cert 3 and 4 in fitness. So I did
Yeah,
that during that little time I had off in 2022.
that's right, yeah.
And
And
then
then
that
again,
was
natural course of progression, you,
yeah,
like, love
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, and then, like, I was going through the motions of uni and everything was fine, like, I was doing well in some subjects, not so well in others, and I just remember just, like, never feeling relaxed, like,
mhm,
never feeling, like, excited to go to uni
yeah.
and, like
Enjoying what you're learning
yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah.
I was just doing a crap load of chemistry, and I was like, "What the hell is this? Get me out of here."
Horrible. What was the actual degree? Do you remember?
So it was a Bachelor of Exercise Science.
And you had to do chemistry?
Yeah, UAW. You have to do it in the
Oh,
first 2 years.
oh, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely
which
not.
other universities
Yeah, because
you don't you do a
I
Bachelor of
did
Exercise Science, you do no chemistry.
yeah, no, none. I didn't do any at
Yeah,
Telstra
yeah,
at all.
yeah, which is crazy. So I made the difficult decision at the end of last year to, like, withdraw from university. Now I may go back, like,
Yeah,
this isn't to say that I'm never gonna go back, which is, like, such a thing, like, you can always go back to something
always.
if you quit. You
Yeah,
can always go back. But the moment that I put it out into the universe that I wasn't doing it, my god, I felt so much
the relief.
relief.
Yeah,
But when I was trying to make that decision, like, it was eating me up. Like,
yeah,
I was in tears. Like, I was like, people are gonna think I'm such a failure. Like, I'm such a loser. I've tried university like 3 times and I'm dropping out. Like, why can't I just finish it and get it done and like it'll be all good. I'll be happy. I thought I'll be happy once I finish.
yeah.
But I'm so glad that I made that decision to step away.
God, yeah.
Um, and like I said, I can always go back, but I definitely did struggle with feeling like I'm letting people down or like I'm a failure because again, I was comparing myself to all these other people that have gone and gotten a degree because people that I went and started uni with, they're done now. They're
Yeah.
out, getting good jobs and living their life and have a degree on their shoulders.
Mm.
So I definitely did struggle, but it's just so okay to fail, like
Yeah,
in quotations. Like I'm not a failure,
not
but
in any way.
I just didn't finish something I started, which is so okay.
Yeah,
And especially at this age, like I'm only 24. I
yeah,
can go back to uni at 34,
100%.
44, freaking 84. Like
There
you
was
can go
people in, like,
whenever.
their 50s and 60s in my,
Yeah.
like, degree. Like,
Yeah.
there's absolutely no limit whatsoever. But also as well on that is that you don't wanna just be at uni for the sake of being at uni because A, it's freaking expensive. B, there's a lot of stress that's involved in it.
And that's what I think I was doing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna get it done so I can get it done and have that piece of paper and not
Yeah.
feel like a failure.
Which is not the right reason
No.
to go to uni at all. Like, yeah. And even like I was actually having this conversation with one of my clients the other day, and because we were like saying about how I guess if we were to go back to uni now, how different us as people are compared to what. So, for example, like I was at uni, I had one gap year in between school and uni, and I just worked for that whole year, and then I went to uni, and I was at uni for like I think 5 years or something. And I remember going there, and I was always so like I would be like, "Oh my god, like, my hair has to be good, and I have to be wearing, like, nice clothes," and, like, even though I was doing exercise and sports science as well, like, I was not I didn't have to fucking
Not
wear
studying
jeans
law.
and yeah, I'm not studying law that I had to be all fucking prepared. Not that I rocked up in, like, a suit and shit like that, but, yeah, like, I'd always be, like, really conscious about how I looked and stuff. If I was to go back to uni now, I wouldn't give 5 bucks. Like,
Yeah.
I would just be like, I would rock up in exactly what I'm wearing right now,
Yeah.
probably all sweaty from the gym, like, or, like, I would not care because I don't now as a person, like, and I just think at how different I am because I've lived through however many lives, just like you will.
Yeah.
And you might get to like 31, like I am now, and go, oh, I know exactly what I want to do.
Mm.
Because again, in that whole time, again, you live 1,000 lives in 1 year, let alone bloody 10. And I think like the person that I am now is because I've done the uni and I did the placement and then I've had the jobs that I hate. And I know, okay, this is actually what I want. But I wouldn't know any of that if I didn't go through any of that.
Mm.
Like I remember crying. This was during COVID, and I'm not a crier. I'm a very not emotional person in any way. But I remember crying almost every single day that I had to go to work because I hated my job. And I thought it was just I thought I was pregnant. At one stage, I was like, "Oh my god." The other time, I just thought I was like depressed because it was COVID and I couldn't train, and like there was a lot of things that was kind of taken away from me that I realized that I needed for my mental health. Um, but I turns out I literally just fucking hated the job. I
Mm.
hated it,
Well,
and
that's
it
like
was something that I did my whole degree thinking that that's what I was
that's what you
going
wanted
to.
to
I was
do.
an exercise
Yeah.
physiologist.
Like sometimes now I think, you know, oh, I don't have like real direction and like I'm not working this amazing like career where I can work my way up and, get a promotion after promotion. But at the same time, I'm so happy. I love my job.
Yeah,
Like I never dread going to work
yeah,
ever. I work
which
for
is a nice
amazing
feeling.
people. I'm really happy. I'm not struggling financially. Like I'm not scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm not stressed about work. I'm not stressed about uni.
Yeah,
I still have goals. Like
yeah,
my goal right now is saving for a house. That's my goal. So it's like, yeah, cool. I may not have, this extravagant job as a lawyer or a freaking nurse or
yeah,
whatever,
whatever it
but
could
I'm
be.
happy.
Yeah, which is
And
the
that's
most important thing.
yeah, that's what matters because
Yeah,
I spent so many years, like, obviously, I went through quite a bit with, like, my nan and my dad and COVID and feeling all this stress and confused and not knowing what I wanted to do. But I just remind myself, like, I'm so relaxed and I'm so content right now,
yeah.
and
And
that's okay.
think about how you were feeling when you were like you weren't sure what to
Yeah,
do, and like when you always compare, right? Like
yeah.
compare to make yourself feel better and go,
Mm.
it could always be
And I definitely still do
worse.
compare, but then I remember, like, we always go back to, like, it's a highlight reel.
Yeah,
Like, people might be posting on social media, like, "Oh, day in my life,"
yeah,
and they're waking up in their house that they own, and then they're going to their job as, like, a lawyer's assistant or whatever,
yeah,
but they might be miserable,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
at home. Whereas, like, I am, renting a house and I work, just a casual job, but I'm happy.
yeah,
So it's like,
yeah.
what's better, you
And that's
know?
the thing. The other thing, like even like I've had people talk to me and say I want to be as busy as you in like PT and all that kind of stuff. And like, don't get me wrong, I freaking love it. It's so good. I love that. But I also, I always feel like I'm not enough and I'm not doing enough and I can always do more. But B, like there are so many nights, especially in the last couple of months where I have stayed up. If Jamie's like doing night shift or whatever, I'm doing night shift too. Like I
Mm.
will stay up hours upon hours, like till 3 o'clock in the morning, doing things on my business, for my business to obviously make it easier for me in the future and all that kind of stuff. And the whole goal is to build. But like people don't see that. People
No.
don't see that my to do list is friggin' 20,
Yeah.
20 lists long. just every single day. But like, just because I'm not really thinking about that, like they'd probably see me rushing everywhere because I'm always doing that. But like, but also at the same time, then I can go the other way and go, I can train whenever I
You
want.
can go on a holiday
I can
whenever
go on
you
a
want.
holiday, like
Yeah.
I'm, and I don't have to lose all my income, and but then again, there's the other side of things where I'm like, well, I don't. That's half of my income because I can't face to face
Yeah.
PT. Like, there's so many bits and pieces that no one really fully knows until you're in that
Yeah.
job,
That's why it's
right?
so important not to look at someone and go, "Oh my gosh, I want," like, you should never want somebody else's life,
Ever.
like, because you don't know
What it took to
exactly
get
what.
there, but what's involved in it day to
Yeah,
day as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you've really got no idea. So it's just so important to focus on yourself and realize that there is no ticking clock.
No.
Like, I could buy a house. I might not buy a house till I'm 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who cares? Like,
Yeah.
and also buying a house, like, I feel like in Australia, it's such like a, like, you must be so successful. That's so amazing. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
it's so amazing buying a property, especially in the market we live in now. But it's not the be all end all.
No,
Like,
not at all. And
to be
most of the
successful, you
time,
do not have to own a house.
no, not at all. Oh my God, no. And honestly, most of the time, like that, it's again, people just portray it that it's just them that's doing it, but like they'll probably have help from their parents or whoever. Like they're, you know,
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
don't know, like,
You don't know what
their
their
grandfather's
circumstances.
passed away and then
Yeah,
they've
they've got
inherited 50
inheritance.
grand.
Yeah,
Like, you
you just
truly don't
know.
know.
So never compare. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, even like in my probably up until a couple years ago, I never really wanted to own a house either. I was
Mm.
like, no, I stuff that. Like, if something goes wrong, you have to be in charge of it, whatever. But now I'm like, no, I want my own home. Like, I
Yeah.
absolutely do. So what you think you want can also change as well.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I think sometimes it is cool to wait till, like, later in life. Like, when I speak to people now, I'm like, I think taking a gap year after after high school, or even taking a year or 2 to just, like, like, just work a casual job,
Yeah,
travel, go work in different places, in different, like, environments and see what you like.
yeah.
Because now, you know, how long did I when was I how old was I when I graduated? What, like 7 years ago?
Really?
Yeah, well, I was
No.
17.
Oh,
7
yeah.
years ago.
Wow.
Brother, ooh.
Um,
Like, now, why would I wanna study international studies? And that's what I chose to do 7 years ago.
yeah, which is
So it's like,
crazy.
you change so much, especially in your early 20s. Like, I'm such a different person to what I was when I was even 22,
Yeah.
even 21. Like, I'm so different.
That's what your 20s is all about, though, is just
Yeah.
fully trying to find yourself, make the mistakes, like go on the path, whatever you think it's going to
Work
be.
10 different jobs. Like, who cares?
Figure out what you actually enjoy. Because
Yeah.
again, that's literally how I know that this is what I want to do with my life and my passion and all that kind of stuff, because I've done the shit that I don't actually like.
Hmm.
But I think as well, just because we're going to tie it back to bodybuilding, obviously, is that like we just said, there is no timeline. There is absolutely no timeline, and every single person is on their own different timeline. The exact same with like stage, right? Like you might look at someone and they might be first timer, and they might go sweep, go clean sweep of true novice, novice opens, get the friggin' pro card, because we've seen that happen before, where a true novice can take a bloody pro win. But that does not mean that you don't know what they've done 10 years prior to that.
Hmm.
They might have they might be like a FMG pro,
Yeah.
or they might have
Well, they've been in the
done
gym since they were 16 and
yeah,
you only started training at 21.
exactly.
Like,
Like you never know, and you should never ever compare, but it's something that we as humans just innately do immediately.
and social media has just trained
Exacerbated.
our
Yeah,
brains to compare,
yeah, all the time.
unfortunately.
But also just know like the amount of, no matter what it is, like even like think about like content creators and stuff like that, like the amount of hard work but they make it look so effortless and
Mm.
seamless. The amount of hard work that they put in every single day to make that post that, they might be collabing with someone or whatever, like that has taken so much work, but people just think, oh, it must be nice.
Yeah.
Like, must be nice for them. But the amount of work that they've put in behind the scenes that you just don't even know of,
Yeah.
you never, ever, ever know.
And I think instead of comparing yourself to people, like if people, buy a house or buy a brand new car or whatever, use that as like motivation
Yeah.
rather than comparison. Like, I don't know if you know who Sofa Dofa is, but
Oh,
she's an
love her.
influencer and she
Yeah.
just bought a Porsche.
Yeah.
And like
Crazy.
she was getting hate online. And I'm like, she's been flogging it since that first TikTok she posted in COVID. Like
Yeah.
she runs a brand.
Yeah.
She Like, she would be up all hours of night working.
Constantly.
But obviously, it's her job to post a highlight reel
Yes.
because that's what she does for work.
Yeah.
So that's all people see. They go, oh, you just get to travel and drink lattes every day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't work a 9 to 5. But
Yeah.
she has still worked hard. She didn't get gifted that Porsche by her daddy.
Yeah, no, exactly.
She's had to work for that.
Yeah.
So if you want a Porsche, go and work for the Porsche.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
use that as motivation. Like, that's what I try and do. Like, I look at my sister and her partner who are looking to buy a house soon. And I've been using that as motivation. Like, I'm really going to crack down and save. Like, I really want that to be my next goal.
Yeah.
I'm not going, oh, I wish that was me.
Yeah.
Because again,
No.
she's 3 years older than me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, how can I compare myself to someone that's 3 years older, lived 3 extra years of life?
Yeah.
And also, you know, her and her partner have been saving really hard. And she's always been a good saver. Whereas I've never been a great saver up until probably the last, like, 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Because my goal has changed.
Yes.
Whereas my goal before was, I think, like, after my dad passed away, my goal was to travel and just enjoy life. And who gives a whack about what's in my bank account?
Which is so fair.
Yeah.
Because that's what that current, you know,
that chapter of my life was for.
Required as well. And I always think the same thing. I'm like, oh, I should have more savings and I should have a house and all this kind of stuff. But I'm like, perspective again is everything. I own my car. I literally have, well, to be fair, I do have debt because I have a freaking hex debt. So like,
Same.
yeah. But like the fact that I've competed, and obviously we know that competing is very expensive.
You've lived
That's what I've chosen to do.
Like, you've had experience.
I've gone overseas and I've competed and I've done, you know, however many shows I've done. I can't even remember now. But like, that's what I've chosen to do with, you know, and I always made it work. Like, I'd always make that, you know, and again, that's the whole reason as to why I am quite career driven and driven in what I want to do in my job and stuff, because I'm like, I want to have the money to be able to do the things that I want to do. And that's what competing was for, you know, however many years I competed. And that's what I knew. Now, my new goal is to maybe step back from competing and look to buy a house and do all that kind of stuff. So it's just honestly time and place and the person that is required for you at that current time is so, like, you don't have to justify it to anyone. You don't have to feel bad in any way for it.
Like, I could work in a corporate job for the last 5 years and own a house right now, but then I wouldn't have done a bodybuilding comp. I wouldn't have gone to Japan for 3 weeks. I wouldn't have gone to Bali. I wouldn't have gone on all these holidays and gone to all these festivals and all that stuff because I wouldn't have had that flexibility because I would have had a mortgage over my head and a 9 to 5 where I have to apply for every single holiday I want to go on.
Yeah.
So it's like,
even your personality though, like we say it all the time, is that you really learn so much about yourself. The amount of growth that you can have as a person, not just through life experiences, but especially in a prep. I think that's really important to know as well, because you, like you said, you at 24 is so different, let's say pre-prep and pre-bodybuilding. Like your confidence, your like conviction in what you know that you want to do and what you, you know,
100%.
like you speak in your mind and all this kind of stuff. And it just, it's just not one of these things that you can just go, oh, well, you know, I don't have this kind of thing. Like, don't ever, it's crazy that some people can be like that, but it's because there's so much, you know, so much other stuff around to be like, you're not doing enough or you're not enough or you haven't done this or you haven't succeeded.
I think just to take away like anything from this episode, it's just like, again, stop comparing yourself to other people. Instead, I would suggest, you know, if you're going to look at the content, like, use that as motivation.
Yeah.
Not comparison.
But then maybe also, like, if there's something that you want and you motivate, like you're motivated to get that, go, okay, what have they done? What do I need to then also do in order to get me to that point?
Yeah.
I think that's also really important.
Yeah. And just remember that there is a time for everything. Like, you know, you don't know when your clock's going to run out.
Yeah.
You don't know. So you can't, you know, plan out the next 20 years of your life.
Never. Yeah.
Just live your life.
Just be happy. Just do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. I think if you are happy, like, as a person, that's what can get you through life, and that's what matters. Like, it's not always about ticking these huge boxes and these huge goals.
And imagine like going through and being at the end of your life and looking back and only thinking, I was stressed the whole time. I hated my life every single day. I hated the people around me. I was miserable. Like, imagine. That would be horrible.
Yeah, it's like, oh, cool. Like, you were a millionaire, but you hated your life.
You hated your life. Like, that would be horrible. So yeah, just perspective is everything and be happy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's a good episode. Well done.
We're feeling motivated today.
Yeah, definitely. But as always, guys, if you want to give us a follow on Instagram, if you need any posing coaching and coaching, you know where to find us at the Stage Code on Instagram
Yeah,
and
we've got some
Spotify.
clients
And
competing this
we
year, which is
do. It's
exciting.
very
And there's like
exciting.
their preps are like starting and or
Counting
already in
down
swing
and
now, which is
yeah.
exciting.
So yeah, definitely keep an eye out and everything. But as always, if you have any questions, send them on through. And if you want us to touch on anything in particular, let us know. But other than that, we'll be in your ears next week.
Bye.
Bye.